Well, let's put some of our pinkies in there. I'm playing with, oops, sorry, you gotta jiggle the camera. I'm playing with Alizarin Crimson and Cad Red Medium and Cobalt Blue and Yellow Ochre in varying degrees depending on where I'm playing. But let's cut in front of this trunk. Let's remember to vary the size and shapes of our strokes. If they're all the same, it just ends up looking kind of busy. We'll have these a little bit toned down. I can always put a little more color on there if needed. But one thing I don't want is tiny, tiny little dots of color. Really don't like that. I don't want our painting to end up getting caught up in detail. And now that our background is fairly atmospheric, I need to be a little stronger in the foreground, but not a pile. I know I've zoomed in on a spot, so I should probably stay in that spot for the moment. That's very red. Let's add a hint of cobalt blue to that. I can touch various areas with more intense reds later, but let's reserve that for later. Let's not get too caught up in that just yet. Excuse me. Okay, that's fairly toned down. I think we'll just continue with that value. Okay. A bit of cad red and white, and a bit of yellow ochre. This is likely to be the most prominent cluster of leaves here. So let's make it that. My light is fairly loosely coming from left to right and more or less above us, but it's, you know, very atmospheric sky, so I'm not going to worry too much about indicating directly where certain bits of light are. Okay, I think we're okay for that. Let me just back the camera up a little bit so you can see the wider view. Okay, we're going to add a little more cobalt blue to it. So we're softening that pink. We're going to a cooler color. I don't want to tone it right down, but it's kind of a rewarding bit of the painting right now. I like it. And yes, of course, we're accompanied by all kinds of farm equipment going by. It's okay. I know we'll survive. I know we will. Hmm. That's good enough for there. Let's just add a hint more cobalt blue, and I'm going to add a bit of white to it to tone it down a bit. So yeah, I like more intensity here, coming down with the sky, hitting the tree, coming down and around. I don't know that I want too much up here. That's why I've gone more purple, so that it doesn't stand out as much. Certainly not directly above this tree anyway. And again, if I want to make it stronger, I can do that. It's much easier to make things stronger than to weaken them. No, it's easier to weaken them than to make them stronger, but no, what am I saying? Stop talking and start thinking for a moment here. It's easier to go higher in value over your darker value. In fact, it's just a good plan. It's as simple as that. Better than the other way around. What was that? Am I going to let that chunk go right off the top? Yeah, maybe for the moment I will. For the moment I'm going to do that. Okay. Those are way off on the periphery, so it's okay if they get a little bit lost in the background. Not a concern. That's a little closer. Let's just visit that with something a little higher value. Higher value, higher chroma. That might be a bit much, but but maybe not. Oops, got a little excited there. Okay. And let's cut across that trunk. I like breaking the trunks up a little bit. I mean, you do have to indicate that some of these leaves are indeed on the other side of the trunk, but for the majority of them, I'm keeping them out front. Okay, that's in the direction of getting more interesting. I think for the moment I've got what I want out of these leaves, little clusters of leaves. I think I'm going to go in here with yellow ochre and white in a few spots, because I can really step up the value in a couple of spots to pick up the light. I don't want it to be too harsh. I like to maintain that the atmospheric feel that the painting has. Let me just wipe this red off my palette. And as I said, I may put a few highlights in various leaves here and there, but there won't be very many strokes. I may end up using a little cad yellow pale mixed with cad red medium, and I might not. You know, we'll just that's going to be step 7, as I always call it, the final go around on the painting. Now the painting is in effect painted in. I visit all kinds of areas in the painting and change things as I want. Still have a lot of plans for changes here, but one thing at a time. Anyway, I will probably just keep it at that for today. Make it a shorty. And as you know, as we get into the weekend, I usually do longer videos. Anyway, thank you for watching. No, actually, what I'll do is I'll back up. I'll back up and give you a better view here in a sec. Okay, jiggling camera, and jiggling camera. Okay, that's very crooked, but you get the picture. Okay, talk to you soon.